Good morning, good evening, and everything in between. It's your favorite Disney dads here to keep you entertained from rope drop till final firework pop. It's always a good time in this kingdom, so adjust those ears and gather your snacks. And settle in, fellow Mouseketeers, because it's about to get magical. Welcome back, everybody. We are here for another episode of Dadventures around the kingdom. Hope you all are doing great. Cam, how are you feeling?
It's Super Bowl week, baby. We're in this. I want to apologize on behalf of the pod for not having an episode last week. The stomach bug, a virus, everything besides flu and COVID just went through my house. So on Tuesday night when we record, I texted Stevie. I was like, buddy, my daughter Kylie's going through it. Lisa's going through it. I feel like I'm about to start coming on with something. So we didn't record. The next day, I felt great. Then Thursday night came and God, it took my soul for that time too. But we're all on the mend. We're all still probably hear my voice is still a little congested in there. My wife does too. Lisa or Kylie does too a little bit. But we're on the mend. No more fevers, no more chills, which is nice. So we're all back to school and work, just getting the last little bits of grossness out. But glad to be done with that. My goodness, kids are just germ factories, as we all know. So excited to be on the other end. But it's okay because now we're on the Super Bowl. We're on to the Super Bowl weekend. I'm very excited for my Patriots to be in the Super Bowl. We're playing with house money. If we lose, I'll be depressed, but I'll be okay at the end of the day. If we win, I'll be a jerk. I'm going to be a jerk to some non-Patriots fans. I can tell you that. I have a list, and I'm going to go on everybody because we're back.
Cam is going door to door with receipts.
No, it's great. I got Super Bowl Sunday. I got NASCAR kicking off tomorrow night. As of the recording, I got the Muppets tomorrow night as well. Everything's coming up Cam Ramos after this freaking week of 2 feet of snow, double illnesses, and all this other crap, basically. So, what about you, Stevie? How's everything going on your end?
Honestly, things have not been too bad. We are deep into potty training with Jazz.
We had to take a pause on that when Kylie was sick, so hopefully we'll be back on that game soon.
Yes, Jazz is killing it. I'm pumped.
Yeah, that's awesome.
She is
right
getting
there.
It. It's funny. So like we just started getting her these. Her grandmother, Saint J, best lady in the world. She 100%. She got Jazz these Paw Patrol like training underwear type things. And once Jazz saw them, because Paw Patrol is her life right now. Well, it was Bluey, and then for a while it was Super Kitties, and right now it is Paw Patrol. But she has these Paw Patrol underwear, and now every morning she's like, I don't want to get my Paw Patrols wet.
There we go.
And so she is getting to the potty.
Yep.
Currently we are on day 2 of no accidents.
That's my girl.
She is on top of it. She's killing it. Super proud of her. And she's really picking it up.
That's awesome.
But we figured like we would really buckle down, especially with all the. We decided to really buckle down. I think it was like the week before when all the snow was hitting. And so, or like we had like a 3-day weekend anyway. So we were like, you know what? Let's use this 3-day weekend. Let's put it all towards potty training. We did the whole, naked through the house, towels everywhere. And she still didn't like. She didn't make as much of a mess as my dogs do. I have 2 dogs, and they still from time to time will just pick a corner of the house, and it's just kind of like you guys are old enough to know better. But
no, that's awesome. I'm proud of my Jazz. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's killing it. So I'm super proud of her. But that's really all that's going on my end. Other than that, I got my brother and his girlfriend their magic bands for Disney. So those are all set and we are ready to go. I also got, and I think I sent this to you, Cam, as well. I got a nice little like AirTag bracelet.
Yep.
With Mickey and Minnie on it. So that way when Jazz sees the rest of the group with our Disney bracelets on, she doesn't feel left out. And it'll help me keep track of her because Last time she could barely walk.
Yep.
This time I'm not trying to buy a monkey backpack.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't really want to put her on a leash, but I need to make sure I know where she is at all times.
Absolutely, buddy.
But yeah, you know what? But with that, let's dive into things. So Cam, let's do our news with Cameron and let us know what's going down.
Yeah, so the big thing today, so we're recording this on what, February 3rd, right? Yeah, February 3rd. It was announced today that Josh D'Amaro has been named the incoming Chief Executive Officer, the CEO of the Walt Disney Company. Josh D'Amaro, I'm a little familiar with his work. Basically, just going through some of his big roles he's had. He was the president of Disneyland from 2018 to 19, president of Walt Disney World Resort from 19 to 20, and then since 2020 till now, he's been the chairman of Disney Experiences. So basically what that means is a fancy way of saying that he managed all the global theme parks, the cruise lines, Imagineering, and consumer products. So big deal. And now he's going to be taking over from Bob Iger, who will be stepping down as the role of CEO the second time he's held this role. In March of 2026, I believe March 18th is when Josh D'Amaro officially takes over.
Wow.
I don't know much about him besides he is a parks guy, which I love, and I'll explain why I love that in a second. But if you listen to like any like Disney parks podcast, like I guarantee you they love this guy. Like I've just seen so many of like the different bloggers and podcasters I follow like post their pictures congratulating Josh D'Amaro, because from everything I've seen, he seems very charismatic. He cares about the guest experience, all that stuff. So now
awesome.
He's taking that park experience and he's going to be able to branch out and be basically the head of the whole Walt Disney Company. Why I like it specifically is because, as I'm sure people listening to this know, yes, I love the movies, the TV show, all that stuff. My bread and butter when it comes to Disney is the theme parks. Obviously, that brings in the movies, the TV shows, helping to influence the theme parks. But the fact that we have a theme park guy, the head of the company now, and somebody that cares about the parks, has seen Disneyland, Disney World, the cruise lines, all the different parks around the world. I love that. So I hope he can continue to bring back the magic of Disney to its theme parks and through all the different resources that he has within his grasp as CEO. So I'm excited about this. And I know a lot of people are even more excited because they said they've met this guy, they've done research, they know different things he's helped initiate, whereas like I'm not as familiar with that. But from all the seems, this is a good step, way better than when Chapek took over, because Bob Iger had to go back in and take over when Chapek sucked at this role during the pandemic. So very happy for Josh D'Amaro, and yeah, the CEO of Disney.
That's awesome. And like you said, because he's a park guy, I wonder if that gives him more power to really level up the parks. I mean, currently there's so much construction and stuff going on. Like right now, I feel like Disney parks, maybe more Disney World than Disneyland at the moment, but it's in a really good spot for a lot of change. You got Villains World. There's a lot of like refurbishing going around.
I mean,
a lot of building
in Abu Dhabi. Like there's that aspect.
Yeah,
they're expanding globally. It's crazy the growth that the parks are doing right now.
Yeah, they are. The parks are, like you said, for a lot of people, they know the movies, but it's a much different experience to have that tangible aspect, to be able to go somewhere and see these Disney princesses. And now like the fact that's a global thing now is just, it's amazing. Like it is, I feel like that grows the Disney brand. The parks grow the Disney brand, maybe more than just the movies and TV shows, because there's a different level of, I don't know if I would say appreciation is the word, but there's a different connection. That's what it is. There's a different connection between growing up watching these movies and actually standing in front of Mickey Mouse at a Disney park.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can speak to that, Cam, but that's how I feel.
I don't know. I always think the movies and the TV shows are what's going to always drive everything, because not everyone has the financial means to go to the parks. There are people who never been to theme parks ever. Like the fact that I have 34 or 33 pins that represent each trip I've been on, that's not normal kind of thing. So I think a big thing, but there are like park fans, like my parents don't really watch the Disney movies. Their experience with Disney is to the parks, and then they'll they understand the story of like Frozen, not necessarily because they've watched the movie. I think my mom's watched it once, but like she understands the story of Frozen because she's gone on the ride at Epcot, and she's gone to the show at Hollywood Studios. So I do think there are some fans like that, but I think the majority it's going to be the shows and the movies. That's where I think the big fan base is going to be, I guess. But my big hope with this whole thing is that Josh invests in non-IP stuff. As much as I love the IP stuff, right? Because I want to see the stuff we see in the movies and TV shows brought to the park.
Yep.
Like Pirates wasn't IP originally. Haunted Mansion wasn't IP originally. This was Disney Parks IP that they created this and brought it, and then it became movies and TV shows down the line kind of thing. You know what I mean? So I want to see more original stuff from the parks added in, like Figment. Figment is IP now, but it's intellectual property that started in the parks. Figment was never a movie, TV show, anything like that. He was created for the parks, and now he's, in my opinion, a global phenomenon. A lot of people hate Figment, and I get that. But like, I would love, like, let's redo the whole Figment ride, because the Figment ride sucks. I love Figment, but his ride sucks. So that's why I hope he goes more with it. But I'm excited to see what he does with like parks and not just parks, but TV shows and stuff, because his main realm has been the park. So I'm excited to see who he has tapping in to lead on like the movie side of things, the Broadway musical, all the different aspects that Disney has its hands in. ESPN, does that make changes? Because Josh D'Amar's the CEO now. Like ABC, what other changes get brought out than just the theme parks? But selfishly, the only one I really give a crap about is theme parks, movies, TV shows. That's what I care about.
Very true. Very true.
He's ahead of all those. Every single part.
Yeah.
Of Star Wars, Marvel, everything. He's the head honcho. He's the guy starting March 18th.
Yeah, I know one thing that I'd love to see more of in the parks, specifically Disney World, Magic Kingdom. I would like to see more than just merch for Orange Bird. I know it's mainly it was created for Florida, but have something for like, give Orange Bird like a Dole Whip like station or
they
something.
Kind of have one. They do kind of have one. I'll give them that.
Because
on the right hand side when you walk in Adventureland, they have his mural there.
Yeah, I guess like it just seems like Orange Bird doesn't get a lot of recognition. And I know it's just a Florida thing, but like that's somebody that's like, you could grow that character in some way.
Yeah, he was like a character I didn't know as a kid because they didn't really use Orange Bird when I was a kid. That was like a big like 1970s and 80s thing, and then they slowly started bringing it back because like, you know, people like nostalgia, like and that kind of merch. So like I remember like the first time I saw Orange Bird, I was like, what the hell's this? And like I had to like look it up and be like, oh, this thing's been a thing forever. It's just they don't really pump them on merch like they do now, kind of thing. So
yeah, now he's on merch all over the place.
Yeah, but Stevie, should we take a quick break and before we jump into our topic for today?
Yeah, we'll take a quick break, guys, and we will be right back with our awesome topic of the week. Hey guys, it's Stevie from Dadventures Around the Kingdom, and I just want to remind you all that we are live on social media. So if you have a social media account, specifically Instagram or Facebook, we want to hear from you. For all of those that follow us on the Dadventures Around the Kingdom Facebook page, you get a chance to tune in for exclusives such as our fan interaction voting, our polls that we do monthly, and you get to learn about new things coming down the pipeline. If you're on our Instagram, you get to see fun clips from previous and upcoming episodes. So you'll get to share them with all of your friends, the funny back and forth between Cam and I, or just some emotional moments that we shared. But more importantly, we want to hear from you, the fans. What is it that you all love? Is there a character that we missed? Is there a movie that you can't stop dreaming about? Is there a ride that literally took your breath away? We want to know about it. We want to talk about it. So make sure that you go on our social medias, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, leave a comment, interact with us any way possible, and you might even see your comment on a new episode. We can't wait to hear from you. All right, back to the episode. Hey guys, we are back. So we were thinking about what our topic should be for this episode, and Cam came up with an amazing idea. So when you think of February, you think of Valentine's Day. And when you think of Valentine's Day, you're probably thinking of the flowers, and the chocolate. But let's boil that down. Instead of the flowers and the chocolate, it's really about the couples. So we decided, what if we bring to you all our favorite Disney couples? As always, this is everything under the Disney umbrella that can be pulled from, but there are so many couples, and this is I just want to preface myself by saying we are not locking things into just princesses. There are other couples in the Disney universe. But Cam, what do you think about just the Disney couples in general?
There's a lot of good ones. There's some crap ones. Okay, like I'm
True.
gonna tell you right now, Belle and whatever his name is, Beast. But like, if you get Adam, there we go. They're not making my list. You had that girl in a dungeon. That's not happening. No, sir. No way. No,
Hey,
thanks.
I mean, you do have couples that are very toxic.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not putting them on the list. They're not going to be my favorite couples list. Nala and Simba. I had this conversation with your wife because I was asking her what she thought of this topic. Nala and Simba, not putting them on there because I think lions. I think they're technically brother and sister. I think the way lion packs work, I think they're technically brother and sister. So I'm not counting them as a favorite couple. I know that's a gross one, but this is how my brain thinks when I think about this stuff. I will say, so
Okay.
I came up with a list of 5. I know we're going to do our top 3 and then 2 honorable mentions.
Yep.
So I'll do my 2 honorable mentions. I know we're not beholden to the princesses prince thing.
Yep.
2 out of my 5 are princesses and princes. I gotta be honest with you, they just are.
Hey, that's fine.
But I have very specific ones. So what about you, Stevie? What are you thinking when you think of this topic?
I mean, when I think of the couples, it is just those characters that they just flourish together.
Mhm.
When you look at them, as we used to say in our younger days, couple goals. That's what you're looking at when you see these Disney couples. So it's like these couples that, let's say via their movie or their TV show, they had their ups, they had their downs, but you knew they were just perfect for each other, and it just worked out.
And that's part of it too, is like I want these characters to go on a journey together, right? Like Snow White and the Prince Charming, like they didn't go on a journey together. You know what I mean? Like he was just there, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
He was out in the woods kissing corpses.
That's what I'm saying. Like that doesn't count. Like Prince Charming and Cinderella, same thing. Like okay, they had their moment, kind of thing, but like they weren't on an adventure together. My characters, I want to see their story because as I say this at work all the time. I don't know why this comes up at work all the time, but I love. I legitimately love when 2 people are just love each other and like are just they're each other's person. I just think that's the greatest thing in the world. Love is the greatest like power, and it doesn't have to be like just romantic couples. Like be love between a child and a parent and grandparents and aunt uncle. Like I just love when people love each other, kind of thing. Friends, all that stuff. I like this list. Mine are all like official, like in a relationship couples, not any friend ones. That's the only thing. But I'll just throw out my 2 quick honorable mentions if that's cool with you, Stevie.
Yeah, go ahead.
Number 1, honorable mention I have is Wade and Ember from Elemental. The only reason I don't think I have these 2 even higher is because I've only seen the movie once, but I just remember being really touched by their love story, especially because like they couldn't touch the whole opposites attract thing. I loved that movie Elemental, even though I've only seen it once. When I was going through this list, I was like, I'm going to include Wade and Ember. Again, I've only really been a part of their relationship story one time, but I don't know, it still stuck with me all after. I think I watched it a year ago at this point. It's that I really like those characters. I love that movie in general. I love the world that it's in. So I went with Wade and Ember as one of my honorable mentions. The other one I went with, and this is an honorable mention, not as a final one. This could change after July, but Peter Parker and MJ in the MCU. The reason I didn't put this in my top 3 was because right now they are not together. I am praying that changes with Brand New Day. Hopefully MJ, spoiler, but I don't really care because the movie's 4 years old. Hopefully MJ remembers who the heck Peter Parker is and falls back in love with my boy Pete.
Only hope.
But that's why I put them as an honorable mention but they are great. The chemistry of Zendaya and Tom Holland, I know it's because they're also together in real life. The chemistry is incredible. They're my favorite. Like I wish comic book like MJ and Spidey or Peter Parker were like how MJ and Peter Parker are in the MCU because I just think they're perfect for each other. So I got those as my 2 honorable mentions. What about you, Stevie?
All right, so my two honorable mentions. The first one is a well-known couple, and I actually really love these characters, but they did not make my top list. I'm going with Meg and Hercules.
Okay,
Um, I love the Hercules movie in general. I love the Hercules
great,
movie.
excellent.
And Meg, I've said it before on this pod, the song of "Won't Say I'm in Love,"
Mhm.
as you would say, Cam, it's a banger. I
Bangers.
can listen to that song in the car, driving, walking through the aisles, getting groceries, and I'm fighting myself not to sing out loud. I
It's a
love
great
that
shower
song.
song. Great
It,
shower
it,
song.
it is. It is. If my shower didn't share a wall with Jazzy's room, I would sing in the shower like I used to. But
Yeah,
I'm not trying to wake her up because then
fair,
all singing stops, and that's the end of my night.
fair, fair.
But but yes, I love these two together. Again, another situation where they started off. I wouldn't really say that they were opposites. It was really just more of Meg's doing a job, and Hercules was just like heartstruck, Cupid arrow, dead center, and was like, I need to talk to this person again. I
Mhm.
need to get to know this person. And that relationship that builds, and to the fact where he's willing to sacrifice himself for Meg. I'm a huge fan of that couple.
Mhm.
Um, Another one is a throwback. Uh, Doug and Patty Mayonnaise.
That's a, I would not have put that up there. Wouldn't even consider them. I love that you did that, my friend.
That is another honorable mention. Loved watching Doug. Huge fan, and they are two that, even though I feel like it's been a while since I've watched Doug,
Mhm.
so like I know that they end up becoming a couple,
Yeah,
but they are two that for a while it was just just a crush, that middle school crush. Always had a thing for Patty, and they finally become one. But they were just I think what I love most about them is Doug would stop anything and just swoon over
yeah.
seeing Patty. Patty was just that like cool girl. She had her own things going on, whether it was sports, clubs, etc. And she just seemed like a super chill person
Hmm.
to be around. And so when they finally linked up, I was like, oh yeah, this is it was just meant to be.
Love
It's
that.
perfect. But yeah, those are my two honorable mentions.
All right. Now into the list.
Yes.
I rank these 1, 2, and 3, so I'll go with my three first. I
Okay.
don't think these are true rankings. I think you could any single day you could just flip any of these people and I'd be like, yeah, that's the ultimate couple. But my number three, I think you're crazy if you don't put these in there. Just they're almost 100 years in a relationship. It's Mickey and Minnie. Like one of just relationship goals. There are some times where their relationship stinks, like in the newer cartoons, like the Mickey's Runaway Railway style cartoon, like
Yep.
animation. They're not that great of a couple, but the old school Mickey Minnie, Chef's Kiss, couple goals. You have to put Mickey and Minnie in there. So should they probably be number one? Yeah, I think they should. But I'm putting them at number three in mine. Are they in your top three at all?
They are not in my top three.
Interesting. Okay, I just feel like it's a chalk answer, but I had to do it. I had to put Mickey and Minnie up
I
there.
mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Mickey and Minnie, yes, they're a couple goals. What I will say, what I love about the newer cartoons, that new animation style that they have now, is Minnie's got a little bit more fire to her.
She's a little more
Like,
Daisy.
yeah, I'm not so much for the always prim and proper, super nice. Like, don't give me Minnie's Bow Tunes Minnie. Don't give me Mickey's Clubhouse Minnie. Give me that Minnie, the Minnie that, like, she's ready to fight for her man. She is a real woman in the sense of she will look at Mickey and put her foot down if she needs to. Like, I love that aspect of this newer Minnie. She just has more of a personality. But then you got, I mean, Mickey Mickey's just was the GOAT.
Yeah.
He is who he is. I will say it didn't make my list. But I was someone that I was thinking about when making this list. I did think about, and another one kind of in that Mickey and Minnie, not Donald and Daisy, but Goofy and Clarabelle.
They're just not. It doesn't happen that often. You know what I mean?
It doesn't. They've kind of pushed that relationship like under the rug.
Yeah.
Like you might catch it, a couple places here and there in like Toontown or something, but
Yeah.
they don't Goofy is kind of a lone wolf. They kind of make him out to a lone wolf.
There is a Clubhouse episode where Goofy and Clarabelle go to the fancy dance, and that's a very favorite episode in this household for Kylie Rose Ramos. I don't know, man. Goofy's going on all these dates, and like he's hanging out at the clubhouse. Like, you're a dad. Where's your son, kid? You know what I mean? But, Mickey and Minnie, I put them in there. I felt like it's chalk. It's definitely chalk, but I can't have one of our lists not have this. But Stevie, you're number 3. And
all right.
I'm just assuming it's going to be Max and Roxanne is in this top 3 somewhere. So is that number 3?
It is not number 3, but
it's in there though. I knew it. I knew. Okay, sorry, spoiler.
No problem. So my number 3 is Zed and Addison from the Disney series Zombies. Zed, who is Milo Brenham, who's going to be the new Flint Rider. I think I've talked to you about Zombies before, but I think you never really watched them. They are awesome. Now that Milo is going to be Flint Rider, you need to watch at least one of them just so you can get a sense of how good he is.
So I understand musically how good he is because sometimes the zombie songs will come in on like the Disney playlist on Spotify.
Yeah.
So musically, I know he's phenomenal from what I've heard because he's the main guy, right? The zombie that's the cheerleader, right?
Yes.
So I know he's phenomenal lyrically, or like what he can, or vocally, not lyrically, vocally. I've just never seen him act. Because I shouldn't say I've never seen a second of Zombies. I think I've maybe seen. There's one really famous song from the first movie. I can't think of what it's called, and I remember like on the Disney World TV, like once in a while, that the music video for that would pop up. They were like in like a cafeteria, and there was like a sieve or like a strainer that was like twirling around. I don't know, but so I have seen a second, I would say. But musically, I've heard him. I do agree. I probably should actually watch it though, so I can see his acting chops because he looks like Flynn Rider. His music, his voice is great. I'm very excited for him to come in there.
Yeah, he's actually done a lot. I know he's done like Broadway stuff. He's done, I think it was Road to Bethlehem. I think he was in the movie and the Broadway show. He was in Technicolor Dreamcoat on Broadway. Okay. So he's done a couple of like Broadway shows. Very talented, great dancer. But then the only one, I forget what channel it was on, but there's a show called School Spirits where I think he plays it. I've never gotten to see that, but from what I've heard, it's kind of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer type of, or like Ghost Whisperer type of thing in a school. But he acts in that. He's a great actor, amazing singer, and yeah, I think he's gonna kill it in Tangled. But Addison, she plays the cheerleader in the zombie movies. She is another one. She is an amazing singer. I'm trying to think of. I have my iPad here. I'm trying to remember what it was. She was in another show that was.
It's Meg Donnelly, isn't it?
Well. Yeah, Meg Donnelly. And I'm trying to remember what other show she was in.
Wasn't she in like? Well, she was in High School Musical, the series.
Yes.
Was she in what's a show I like? Was she in Shameless? Is she the girl from Shameless?
I don't think she was.
Did you watch
in
Shameless?
Shameless. I've seen a couple of episodes here.
She looks like the guy that flip dates in Shameless, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, she wasn't in Shameless. She was in. I don't know if you
bad girl in High School Musical, the series. That's where I know her from.
Okay, because she was also in American Housewife. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but it's like a
I haven't.
Type show. But she plays the daughter in that. But yeah, she's another one. She's extremely talented, great singer, great actor,
voice actress too.
Yes,
a couple DC projects. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
gotta go watch
so
this.
yeah, but you definitely got to see the zombies, at least like one of them. Personally, I think the third one and the fourth one are the best.
How many are there?
Um, there's four,
I would have. Wow, there's 4 of these things. Interesting. Okay.
four, and they're all really good. The music is bangers. They will get caught in your head. They can sing.
Yeah, look at her. Okay,
Um,
that's good stuff.
yeah,
All right, I like that pick.
but yes, that's my number three.
My number 2, and based off what I said earlier, my last 2 are Princess and Princess. Sorry, not sorry. Anna and Kristoff, especially in Frozen 1. Again, I talk about 2 people's journey through love. One of the best love stories I think in Disney, especially like how they got to where they were, kind of thing. And granted,
Yep.
like the act of what I love about their relationship too is that it wasn't the act of true love that solved the problem and helped get rid of the snow in Frozen. At the end of the day, that was still the love between Anna and Elsa, but Anna was still able to have this happy relationship, especially after she thought she had the grand world with Hans and was like, no, this is just like normal regular guy who's like helping me out for like, yeah, is he trying to do something too because he wants to end the snow to help his ice business? Yeah, but like they go through it all together. They get through chasing through the wolves. They get introduced to a talking snowman. Like Kristoff, this is all a whole new world for him. In the second one, they don't really get to hang out as much. Kristoff literally has a song called "Lost in the Woods." They do get engaged, which is great. But I love Anna and Kristoff. I know we talk about sequels a lot on this show. I am happy there's a 3 and 4 because I'm excited to see Anna and Kristoff's relationship blossom even more. My prediction, I told this to Katie the other day too, because we were talking about like Disney princesses who have kids, and I think the only answer is only Ariel has a kid, and Kylie is obsessed with that movie. I think I brought that up in a previous episode.
Yep.
I think Anna and Kristoff are going to have a kid, and that little kid's toys are going to sell merch galore, basically. But I love Anna and Kristoff. They're a great Disney couple. One of my top 3 favorites. Any other day, they could be number 1. Right now, they're number 2 for me.
Yeah, I could see that. They are a great couple. Again, you have the on and off, the back and forth. You get a little bit of that like will they, won't they? But then yeah, they just click. They're perfect together. I will say one thing that I cannot stand when watching Frozen movies. I hate the Sven voice that Kristoff does.
I get a good little chuckle every time.
I cannot.
Why?
I can't stand it. I hate it.
Why,
it's
Stevie?
it's like a happier Eeyore type of sound.
That's great.
I don't like it at all.
Excellent comp. Excellent. Happy Eeyore is an excellent comp for that. But yeah, it's my number 2.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's funny.
My number 2 is another throwback. Okay. From great friends to co-workers to a couple. Kim Possible and Ron Stoppable.
Excellent. The best Disney Channel couple, in my opinion. Go off, King. Go on.
The show, first off, the show was chef's kiss.
Fantastic.
Beginning to end. Absolutely loved it. But I remember watching the episode, I think it was when they went to prom and they finally like dance together and they kiss. And that was like that, like, oh my God, it happened. It finally happened. Oh my goodness. Like I mean, yeah, just they were friends since they were like toddlers, grew up together, best friends in high school, to co-workers, co-spies, fighting evil, fighting Shigo, like, and then finally them coming together. I was like, this is couple goals.
Hell yeah, I love that.
Them finally coming together, that was couple goals, and I was like, I love every bit of it. Kim Possible and Ron Stoppable forever.
You are reaching into the memory bank for these, and I really love that for you, Stevie. My number 1, again, I said it's Prince, but it goes with the journey kind of thing. It's Rapunzel and Flynn Rider. I freaking love Tangled. It's one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. I love Rapunzel and Flynn Rider. I love that whole time. It's not just going on an adventure. It's like Flynn wants to get away with stealing the tiara. Rapunzel just wants to go see some damn floating lanterns kind of thing. And the whole time they're building trust amongst one another. Like it's all of the whole movie is them building trust. Like, hey, this is like a thief. This guy broke into my tower, but I'm gonna slowly start to trust him. Yeah. Then Rapunzel thinks I can't trust this guy. Then he's like, screw it. Yep. And then he makes the ultimate sacrifice where he's like, yo, I'm gonna cut your hair off so that way you don't have to stop being like a slave for this crazy woman who's using you. Yeah, it means I'm gonna die. Luckily, he gets saved by Rapunzel's tear. But I just love Eugene, aka Flynn Rider, and Rapunzel's relationship. I love their story. I love the freaking movie Tangled. So they're my number one Disney couple, in my opinion, is Rapunzel and Flynn Rider.
Another great choice, Cam. Flynn Rider and Rapunzel. Yeah, I agree. Them building trust.
The comedy between them is great too, I should mention, but
yeah, them like just going on an adventure together. And it's like, yeah, obviously, like originally it started off with Flynn was just like, I just need the tiara. I'm trying to live off in an island somewhere, living off my dream. But then it's like, you know what? At some point he realizes I'd much rather be with her. Like she is way more valuable than this crown. Obviously, unfortunately, that causes all these other issues. But I was like, this is one of those couples where it's like the love was so strong that Maximus decided not to arrest Flynn.
And the other thing too is like they're essentially two nobodies. Like I know Rapunzel's a princess, but she doesn't know that. Flynn doesn't know that either. And not that like Kristoff is going after Anna because she's a princess, right? He's not doing that at all. He is though, like using her a little bit because again, like I said, like the whole goal was he wanted to help end the snow so that way he could get his ice business. And Anna was basically like, yeah, like I'm the princess, I can help you out as far as like new sled, all that other stuff. This is just straight up to what they think they're both nobodies who like fell in love, and it's just a really cool story. I love Rapunzel and Flynn Rider.
Yeah, it's like I don't know who Flynn is. I just know that he seems like he's not a great person, that he broke into my tower. Flynn is like, I don't really know who this Rapunzel girl is. She's just some ditzy blonde with long hair that wants to go see the lanterns that happen every year. It's like, all right, cool, whatever. This is what you need in order for me to get my stuff. Fine, let's go do it. And then it's like, you know what? She's actually pretty cool. And then the same thing on her end. Like, he's actually really a nice guy. And yeah, that relationship just absolutely like grows, and it's amazing.
And I'll put I See the Light amongst any other Disney duets. The only one I can think of that might be better is Whole New World, but like,
oh yeah,
I love that duet. But all right, Stevie, number one. I already spoiled it. My bad. I was thinking, I was like, there's no way he's gonna do this because this is gonna be too chalk of an answer for Stevie. I was wrong. I was right, but I was wrong.
This is just like when we did our favorite song, and you did not think that Power Lines was gonna be on my list.
I was like, I was gonna switch it up for this. That's kind of what I thought for this. In reality, I do think it is Roxanne and Max, but I think he's gonna like try to switch it up just to be fun. No, I was dead on. It was Roxanne and Max from Goofy Movie.
Max and Roxanne, my number one, just perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And I think the reason why is because it feels like it hits more close to home. Katie is my Roxanne.
Stevie.
That's like case closed. I was the cool kid at school, etc. And for Katie, it was kind of like he seems like he's this cool kid. Like, why would he want to talk to me? And it was just kind of like, nah. I want her. I want to be with her. I want to talk to her. And so that's why this relationship, I was like, this is my favorite. Max and Roxanne, just all the things that Max would do is 100% the type of stuff that I would do.
God,
I
Katie's
would-
gonna swoon over this when she hears this.
I would 100% do all of this type of stuff to try and get the girl to, just to get the phone number or back to date myself, get her AIM username so we can instant message, all of that good stuff. But yes, I love it. And even though the fact of like, you think about it, like throughout the whole movie, they don't really have too many interactions.
Yeah, because he's
Obviously.
most of the stuff.
Yeah, so it's really just the beginning and the end, where it's really just a matter of, all right, I finally get a date with this girl, but it turns out I'm gonna have to cancel, but I don't want her to think that I'm not interested in her, so I'm gonna panic. I'm like, yep, I would have probably done the same thing.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I'm
awesome.
gonna panic about this.
I love love. This
And
is
I'm
great.
just gonna blurt out whatever comes out of my mouth and just run with it. And then towards the end of the movie, where it's just kind of like, yeah, so I'm back home for the rest of the summer, and now we can finally hang out and blah blah blah. And I was like, yes, this is
There you go.
I wouldn't even say this is couple goals. This is goals I've already lived. So this is
yeah.
I love this one.
Shout out to you guys. That's great.
Yeah, so that is my number one.
That's good. Any real quick dishonorable mention before we hop off?
Ooh, dishonorable mention. The first one that comes to mind, just because I feel like it's so toxic, is is it Anakin and Leia?
Padme. That is all.
Padme.
Swear to God, I didn't have a single Star Wars thing on this list because I don't think there's a single good Star Wars couple.
That is
Holy
toxic couple.
crap! Padme is a groomer. Okay, Padme Amidala is a groomer. We do not stand with Padme Amidala in this house. Okay, absolutely not. Boss Nos is my king of freaking Naboo. No, he's just terrible. And then don't get me wrong, he's even worse. He thought he killed her kind of thing, and he was kind of upset about it, but he wasn't that upset when he was choking her. Bad. Disavow.
Very toxic.
If the sequel trilogy didn't came out, Han and Leia would have absolutely been in my top 3. But also, they got a divorce and raised basically who in the Star Wars universe, the bad guy. Without saying his name, that's tough for me to put on a couple's list. If you're one getting divorced, but two also just raising a nasty little boy there. So granted, it was some other nuancey things, but yeah, I couldn't include the Han and Leia as a couple, but definitely Padme and Anakin is my absolute dishonorable mention.
Yeah, that is the first of the dishonorable mentions. And my other dishonorable mention, because again, very toxic relationship. I'm sorry, Cam. Kermit and Miss Piggy.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go Daisy and Donald, which is also my other one.
No.
Yeah, Kermit and Miss Piggy is also
Kermit and Miss Piggy. That is a toxic relationship.
You ever watch the Muppets show? Not the Muppet Show. It was a show called The Muppets. It was on ABC. It's good. They basically run their own version of SNL. You should actually watch it. It's one season. It got canceled.
You know what? I think I might have actually seen this.
Kermit is it starts off Kermit and Miss Piggy have been broken up for a while kind of thing, and it's a great little show. But yeah, no, Kermit and Miss Piggy, Donald, Daisy, Padme and Anakin Skywalker. No, that couple.
Yep, toxic. But all of them absolutely toxic, and it is not
for my Valentine's Day. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, yeah. Don't sit me near them in the restaurant.
Yeah,
but that is for sure.
Nice little Valentine's Day special of Dadventures around the kingdom. But yeah, yes. So Stevie, hope you and Katie have a good Valentine's Day. Me and Lisa are very excited for our little Valentine's Day. We're going to do it a day early. And then we're going to take Kylie out for Valentine's because she's our little mini Valentine too. So going to have a nice little Valentine's Day weekend next week. Hopefully I'm wearing some Patriots Super Bowl championship merch. My mood in next week's episode will absolutely be determined by what happens on Sunday. So look forward to that, everybody.
Well, we'll see how that goes. But all right. So before we sign off, as always, to everyone listening, to everyone watching, to everyone tuning in general, have a wonderful day. Have an amazing weekend. And as always, keep it magical.
See ya, go Pats.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Dadventures Around the Kingdom. You can listen to the pod on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. You can also find us on our Instagram at Dadventures Around the Kingdom. If you have any ideas for future episode topics you'd like to hear, be sure to DM us on Instagram or email us at datkpod@gmail.com. Again, that's datkpod@gmail.com. If you want to follow our host Stevie on Instagram, you can do that at StevieJenko. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can also do that by following at Magical Vacays by Cam. That's my travel agency page if you're interested in booking Walt Disney World or Disneyland vacation at no additional cost to you. Feel free to DM me on there so we can definitely talk and I can get you a free, no obligation quote. Again, thanks for listening to Dadventures Around the Kingdom. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.